Welcome to Grand Prairie Update. I'm Don Johnson.
And I'm Terry Briggs. Here's what's happening in your city.
It's Vietnam Veterans Day, a time for America to honor those who served during that conflict. More than 58,000 servicemen and women died in the unpopular war. The final U.S. troops left Vietnam on March 29, 1973. And when they came home, they never got the show of support and appreciation given to other veterans.
How far is it from the coast? Too far. So we either got it flown in large airplanes, the fuel, or if they could come to us by road, obviously they did that.
Today in Grand Prairie, local Vietnam veterans shared their wartime memories during a program at the main library.
Anti-type aircraft, helicopters, and B-52s, F-104s, all the things in the inventory to check in with us, and we were taking kind of drive them around, follow them around on the radar scope.
I feel fortunate. I was not in any kind of combat, and I'm thankful every day for that. And every time I see a veteran, especially one with the Purple Heart, I shake their hand and thank them for their service.
Others say they are still fighting a misconception about Vietnam veterans.
A lot of Vietnam veterans came back and assimilated right into society and did some very productive things between now and then. Most of us are retired at this point. It's a matter of trying to improve our perception, the public perception of the Vietnam veteran. We're not necessarily the homeless guy with the fatigue clothes out on the curb asking for handouts. We are productive in society, and we're contributors.
You can see a display of clothing, photos, and other Vietnam War items at the library through next week. And you can learn more about the Grand Prairie Vietnam Veterans Chapter by visiting VietnamVetsofGrandPrairie.com.
Why would I need you to fill these application right here? Is this these two first?
Grand Prairie United Charities is back in business after several months of extensive remodeling. The nonprofit agency helps financially strapped families with rent, utility bills, prescriptions, and other needs. It also stocks a food pantry, and thanks to the renovation, the pantry is much larger and more convenient to use.
3, 2, 1.
On Monday, officials celebrated the makeover with a ribbon cutting.
We serve a lot of clients in a week, anywhere between 35 and 50 families a day. The pantry was small, very difficult for the volunteers to maneuver around in, very difficult for us to have the items we needed readily available for the clients. Now we've got twice the size of the pantry, so everything we need is in that area. It's easy for my volunteers, which I want to make it easy for them so they will keep volunteering, and then the clients are served quite a bit quicker.
You can learn more about Grand Prairie United Charities by visiting gpuc.org or by calling 972-262-2014.
It's that time again in Grand Prairie. Time, that is, for the second annual big event, the city's massive community service spring cleaning initiative to help people in need. The one-day, all-volunteer effort enlists the help of scores of organizations and individuals, including church groups, city staff, teachers, parents, and kids, who come together to conquer all kinds of jobs for citizens and homeowners who aren't able to do it for themselves. Last year, Grand Prairie became the first municipality to adopt the big event concept, which has become popular on hundreds of college campuses around the country after originally being introduced at Texas A&M more than 35 years ago.
It's just beautiful to see, neighbors helping neighbors. People who you would walk by and live by all year round and would never know they needed help until you show up at their house at an event like this, and able to just work alongside people in Grand Prairie to make Grand Prairie the place we all love to live in.
I lived in this city when I was stationed here in the military, and came back here to retire, and that's why I came here to retire. It is a great community, it really is, and this just proves it. I didn't realize how large this event was until today, but extremely grateful. I am.
Officials say that this year's big event in Grand Prairie brought out 1,800 volunteers who helped at 80 different locations.
Grand Prairie voters go to the polls May 4th to decide 3 city council seats and 1 proposition. In the race for mayor, incumbent Ron Jensen is seeking another 3-year term against Angela Lucky. In District 2, incumbent Jim Swafford is running for another 3-year term against Donnie DeGrape and Mary Dominguez Santini. And in District 4, incumbent Richard Frigo is being challenged for another 3-year term by John Lopez and Joe H. Tarrant, Jr. Voters will also decide for or against a proposition for the legal sale of all alcoholic beverages, including mixed beverages. Early voting is available from April 22nd through April 30th. On Election Day, the polls are open from 7 a.m. until 7 p.m. For more information, please contact the City Secretary's office.
Mamma mia, here I go again. My, how can I resist you?
The musical sensation known as Mamma Mia is now playing at the Uptown Theater.
Now I see you broken feather.
Told through the legendary music of the Swedish supergroup ABBA, Mamma Mia is the story of Sophie, a young bride-to-be who dreams of the perfect wedding, which includes her father giving her away.
Will you give me away tomorrow?
But unsure of who her father is and unable to get her mother to talk about the past, she discovers the possibility that 3 different men could be her dad. So she secretly invites all 3 to her wedding, and the fun begins. And with the hit music of one of the most popular international groups of all time helping to tell the story, the show has become a worldwide box office phenomenon. Mamma Mia runs through March 31st. For tickets, showtimes, or more information, contact the Uptown Theater box office or the Grand Prairie Arts Council.
Some new talent is coming to Grand Prairie's popular traffic signal box art project. The city is adding 22 signal boxes in 2019 and is hiring 22 artists to do the makeovers. The artists are among dozens who submitted proposals during a statewide contest. They'll be using direct paint or vinyl wraps based on 2 themes: environment or literacy and libraries. The artists should be at work within a few weeks and are supposed to be finished by the end of November.
Yeah, this year we had a surprising number of local artists from Grand Prairie. We had art teachers, we had professional artists, we had amateur artists, we had a number of students enter. We also had entries from 33 other cities across Texas.
Here's a look at all the winning proposals. That's it for this edition of Grand Prairie Update.
Hope you'll join us again next time.